It's really just a snowball thing. There was no big plan, still is no big plan really, just the building came available, so it made it all possible. An old dairy factory, old cheese factory, and started with just collecting some bits and pieces as you do, and then started modelling and sculpting the figures. That's always been a focus of what we've done here, and it just sort of quietly snowballs along as something takes my interest in terms of thinking there's a good story or there's some good artefacts that need a story woven around, and that's how we do it. Saw some work like this done overseas with life-size figures and the dioramas, and I thought that's a great way to tell history stories, and so I started doing some of the small figures and then got into doing the life-size figures, and it's just gone on. I mean, it's still a passion, it's still what I love doing. Most evenings I'm still over in the workshop sculpting either small figures or life-size figures, but they give a sense of peopleness to the displays, gives a social perspective on artefacts. I mean, so many museums I think tend to display the artefacts and think that people will understand what they're about, but they don't. And until you've got that sort of connection with people, and what makes that artefact have any relevance at all is the people factor. Whether it's a tractor, whether it's a stone adze, it's the people factor. What does it represent in terms of how it affected people's lives or the work or whatever? I think always the new thing you've worked on, the most recent thing, tends to be your favourite bit until it sort of becomes old hat, and then whatever you're working on or the part that you've just finished. So at present it's Traders and Whalers, that new display. I mean, it was 4 years in the making, and it was always in the back of my mind, I guess, for about 20 years since we'd seen stuff overseas and thought I'd love to do something like that. So that's still the new thing. That still has a freshness about it for me, and I can still wander through there and take the boat ride and feel, oh, really enjoyed doing this, and I'd love to do another one, but whether that'll happen I don't know. But that was the ultimate in terms of doing that total immersion in terms of the display. The figures and the models, sound and light all come together in that voyage through that 1830s period, and I still enjoy that a lot. But at the same time I have my sort of mind on what's coming next, and we've got a series of things coming up, and so that they feature too. But everything else after that just disappears into the past. So they just, until I walk around like so with you today, you sort of, oh, that's right, I remember doing that. Yeah, that was 10 years ago. It's all old stuff.